please make it opening statement.
Whew, God be the glory on that one. Getting all these guys healthy just in time, and I guess the second shout-out would be to our athletic trainer, Corey Barton, for getting all these guys healthy as well. I think he helped a little bit. Corey did a great job getting all our guys ready just in time for this regional, and again, when we're at close to full strength, who we are, what we are, and how good we are. So proud of the guys. We endured some tough travels to get to this point in the last month, but here we are with the chance to play in a super regional. So very proud of this team.
David, the first one.
Mark, just overall, you sat in here over the last month and told us like it's injuries, despite everything else going on from the outside. Just how was that message into the locker room? Did any of the guys ever say, "Hey, what's going on here"? Or was it always that quiet belief that you'd get it done?
No, there was, and you can ask these guys. There was no loss of faith. This team knew it was good. We knew we were enduring some pretty unprecedented things in terms of, look, everybody has injuries, but to have so many key ones and to have to move so many pieces around, we just had to weather the storm. We've said it a million times, but I thank everybody that along the way that stuck with us. I thank everybody that stayed here tonight and helped celebrate with us winning a regional. So, look, it is what it is. It's a tough sport. It's a tough league. It's a really tough league when you're at full strength, and it's damn near impossible league when you're not. So we weathered the storm, and here we are.
Talmadge, I think you were celebrating before the ball even went into Brewer's glove there in the ninth inning. What was the emotion of that ninth inning like for you, and how did it compare to maybe what you thought it was going to be like?
I mean, it's awesome knowing you get to play some more baseball. I mean, it's what we've been working for all season, just to win these kind of games when it matters. And watching the ball going into his glove, it let out a lot of emotions from probably all 9 position players, and everybody out of that dugout, so it was really nice.
Talmadge, we heard from a lot of different players this week about what they spent the week off doing, getting away from baseball, whatever. What was your kind of week off like, and how much has that helped you kind of find your swing just at the right time?
I don't think we took a week off.
No, we took a couple days off, and then we got
Yeah,
to work.
yeah.
So, whatever the narrative is, we did not take a whole week off. We took about a day and a half to let them clear their heads, and then we got back to the basics, and these guys got to work.
Sure.
Nick, you told me last summer when you transferred to South Carolina, you wanted to go somewhere where it was competitive and where you could, pitch in big spots. Was this kind of what you dreamed of?
Yeah. I mean, it's my last year of college, and I couldn't ask for anything more and go to Super Regional, and especially with this group of guys. I mean, we're super close, and that was probably the most fun weekend of my life. 3 really cool wins, so it's like a dream come true.
Talmadge, in that third inning, it looked like I think you guys scored something like 7 runs on 12 pitches, just hit after hit after hit. What does it feel like to be in the middle of something like that as a hitter, and does it almost feel like hitting is contagious a little bit when you're kind of in the midst of that?
Yeah, hitting's definitely contagious. I mean, it makes the ball look a little bit bigger when you see somebody else go up there and hammer it, and it's just what we did at the beginning of the season, and I guess we kind of got away from it a little bit. I mean, it's baseball. Things aren't always going to go your way, but things are going our way right now.
Yeah, Coach, your first year at South Carolina, you went to a super, so maybe everybody expects you to do that every year. And now you're going back to a super for the first time. Just for you over the period of those years, what is it like to ride through the ups and downs of going from that to where you're going now?
I mean, look, this is why you come to South Carolina. As a player, as a coach, you want to have a chance to do this. And as much as we all want to snap our fingers and just have it magically happen every year, that's not the reality. I've said it before. The 2 defending national champions did not even make our conference tournament, and they're run by great coaches with great fan bases, and they're great historic programs. And they struggled and didn't make our conference tournament this year. That's how hard our league is, and it's not getting any easier for all the reasons that are out there. And we won't bore you with all the reasons of the NIL and all that stuff. It's a hard league to be really good in, and you come here because you want the challenge. And our staff wants the challenge, our players want the challenge, and we take challenges head on. And it doesn't always go your way, but in this building, anything that doesn't kill us is going to make us stronger, and it's the players and the coaches on the same page with that, and we keep fighting and we keep fighting together.
Hey, Mark, you guys outscored your opponents 41-11. I know you're going to talk about the health a lot, but I'm just curious from your perspective, the mental fortitude this team showed on the big stage, given all the noise coming into this regional.
Well, there was no noise in this building. Again, it was a unified group in this building, and we went to work. Again, we got back to the basics. Monty and the hitters, and we got in the cages. And look, we did some very basic drills that we did early in the fall that was the foundation of this offense. And it was very basic, generic drills. And these guys were probably saying, why are we doing this? We haven't done it in 5 months. Well, that's why we were doing it. And you see the results. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself what got you to where you were, and you go back. And I look back, we were really rolling. And then we had no Tuesday game the Auburn week, and I remember John sitting there asking me, when you're playing this well, would you rather have a week off to kind of catch your breath, or would you rather stay in rhythm? Looking back, obviously maybe that took us a little bit out of rhythm, and that was a negative. This time we had a week off, it was a godsend. And coming back from Hoover, we were planning our practices and our workouts, and I told the guys we're going to put together a plan to try to get us back on track. And we had, Monty and Parker and Wingo and Mike Current, we were all put our heads together and said, let's put together a plan that will hopefully get this team back on track. And the guys bought into it. We told them, you're going to have to be with us on this. And we did some 2-a-days, and we may do at least one of those again. So be ready for that, guys. Get the word to your boys. And it just came together. It just came together. And that's something, again, I'm really proud of the people in this building.
Mark, along the same lines, you were set up here Friday night and said, you had everybody healthy, and you went back and analyzed the lineups early in the season. Was it just that simple to see what was working those first 40 games and carry it over to this time in the season?
Well, it's never just that simple, I can assure you, because you can try a lineup, but if guys aren't hitting, if guys haven't, done the work to get back on track, I don't think you can underestimate how important Will McGillis being back there up at the top is, setting the tone with mature at-bats. We've been screaming that all weekend is let's take mature at-bats and just grind out pitchers batter to batter to batter. And our guys did that 1 through 9. We just took really good at-bats. And that's a lineup that looks very similar to a lot of the times we scored double-digit runs, and I don't think it's a coincidence. But again, it's not simple. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would do it.
Mark, when you were going through your rough patch, you were constantly beating the drum, saying that this team is still one of the best teams in the country. And this weekend has been wild in the NCAA tournament with top seeds dropping into the losers bracket, some eliminated. And you had a region where you were just dominant. Are you back to being the team that started off 34-6, or maybe you're a little better?
Well, we're going to stay humble. We're going to stay hungry. I can assure you of that. But I think this probably what we've been telling these guys all along the way is to keep believing, keep staying the course. It will come back to us. I think it's good to see that it actually has happened, so that when we say something to these guys, they'll know now, I guess we should believe what they say. Again, I'm just happy for these guys. They've been through, the last month has not been easy. It's not been easy for them. But they endured it, and they're better because of it. So are we better? I don't know if we're a better baseball team, but these guys learned some great life lessons over the last month, and they came out on the other side.
Talmadge and Mark, if you want to weigh in on this too. So many of your hits and the team's hits tonight were backside going the other way. Is that something that y'all were consciously doing, or is that just something that a locked-in offense is? Is that part of the going back to basics that y'all were talking about?
I think that, me personally, that's when I'm going good, is when I'm just driving the ball that way. And I know some of the guys on our team feel that way too. And it's just it's the approach that's going to put you in the right spot. Just being on all the pitches and driving it that way, it's going to help us see the ball better and see a little bit deeper.
We saw the dugout get pretty fired up when Will got out there, started throwing strikes. So, just for you guys as players, what's it like to see him back out there getting into form again? And, Mark, if you could speak to maybe just where you feel like he's at heading into the Supers in terms of starting again, potentially.
Yeah, it's awesome. Obviously, team and the pitchers, we all work together every day. And it was tough seeing him kind of go through the injury. But I think kind of seeing him every day, just put in hard work and getting healthy, I think it's almost like a testament to the team's hard work, not just his hard work, about him going out there. He's out there on the mound, but in a way we're all out there on the mound. So it was really cool to see him back out there doing really good, and hopefully we see that again next weekend.
Yeah, what I'd like to say about Will is I think he deserves a lot of credit. He could have easily just said, Coach, I'm done for the year. But this team and this program is so important to him that he wanted to be a part of this, and because he knew he could be a very important component of it. And to see him out there, to see him pitching so well twice this weekend, look, that's huge for him. And I think that's going to be something that he'll be able to draw on for the rest of his life, that he could have took the easy way out and just said, Coach, I just can't do it. And he refused to do that. He wanted to be there he told me, I've gotten many texts from him over the last month. Coach, I will be there. I will be there when it's time. And I just give him so much credit for wanting it and then actually making it happen.
Kind of sticking with that, you got Nick Proctor 3 innings today. Kind of how, or I should have just asked Nick. Kind of what are you kind of seeing from him the last few months? Or I guess Nick, if you could speak on that too, where are you feeling now you're through your season high innings tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I was out there for my 3rd inning, and I was like, man, I'm pretty tired. But it's definitely it's just fun to be out there. And I think in an atmosphere like tonight, I mean, I had a lot of adrenaline, and I was putting all that, like being tired and all that to the side, and it was kind of what the team needed. And I mean, it was really nice that we had a big lead. Shout out to our offense, but I mean, just being out there, just throwing strikes, that's kind of all I had to do. But it's been really fun. I mean, it's been awesome being out here. The guys are super supportive, and throwing the moves and having the defense behind me, it's been like a dream come true. So it's fun to be out there for sure.
What he doesn't know is we were going to try to steal 3 more outs out of him. And I asked him in the dugout, and he said, Coach, I'm wiped. I said, all right, Will Sanders it is.
And Mark, assuming that Florida holds on and forces a game tomorrow, what will be your team's plans tomorrow regarding maybe watching that game, or how do you prepare tomorrow, starting to look forward to the Super, whether it's here or down there?
We're going to give the guys a day off tomorrow. I don't want to give you my whole itinerary because I remember about a week ago you asking me for that, and I said I'm not giving it to you, so I have to do that again. But we're going to give these guys a well-deserved day off tomorrow. I'm sure there'll be some guys in the training room just doing what they need to do for next weekend. But we're going to give them a day off tomorrow, and then we're going to shoot you guys out the schedule later in the day so you know what Tuesday and Wednesday look like. So there you go.
Kind of going off that, Mark, let's say there is a super regional at home next weekend. How much does that help you guys, push towards Omaha, in your quest to get there with, having the support of these fans and the crowd energy and all that?
Well, anytime you're 2 games from Omaha, you'd prefer to play them at home, especially when your home is Founders Park and you have that kind of crowd support. And they make a difference. There's no question about it. That crowd makes a difference in Founders Park. And so if you're asking me would I prefer to be in Founders next weekend, of course. I think everybody would say that. But if we're not, then it's still 2 games you have to win to get to Omaha. So wherever we play, we've said it all year. Just tell us when, just tell us where, and we'll be there ready to compete.
Just go back to last night, Talmadge. Can you walk us through the bat flip, please?
I think
always finding a problem, John. That's why we love you.
I think I let my emotions get to me a little bit right there, but shoot, I don't care.
Let the kids play. Let the kids play.
I don't care.
I'll let you guys go. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Guys.